Muletrain!
It is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Monday, September the 26th, 2016, brought to you today by the First Bank, also by Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Tony Jaramillo, 62, of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe, died suddenly Friday morning shortly before 10 o'clock. He was in his car getting ready to go after an employee of Leal's Tamale Factory when apparently Tony suffered an aneurysm. Tony had been in declining health since 2005. Funeral mass celebrating the life of Tony Jaramillo will be Wednesday afternoon at 2 in the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe with his brother-in-law, Father Sergio Leal of Muleshoe, priest of St. Clement's Anglican Church, officiating. Burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Lunch for the family of the Leals and Jaramillos will be served after the burial service in the Fellowship Hall of the Methodist Church. Rosary will be held Tuesday evening at 7 in Ellie's Funeral Home Chapel here in Muleshoe. Tony Jaramillo was born in La Junta, Colorado, December 17, 1953, to Lucy and Alfonso Jaramillo, one of their 14 children. When he was just a little boy, about 3 or 4, the family moved to Muleshoe, where he grew up, and he always attended school here in Muleshoe. During his senior year at Muleshoe High School, he joined the Marines. That was during the Vietnam War, and he served from 1970 to 74 our country in the Marines and was sent to Vietnam. While in the Marines, Tony finished high school but wanted his diploma to come from Muleshoe High School, so after he was discharged from the Marines, he went back to high school and received his diploma from MHS. Tony Jaramillo married Alma Leal in Muleshoe on September 1st, 1975. He was a mail carrier out of the Muleshoe Post Office and also worked for his mother and father-in-law, Jesse and Irma Leal, at Leal's restaurant here in Muleshoe. In 1982, Tony and Alma moved to Hobbs and opened Leal's Mexican restaurant there. Later, they had Rio Grande restaurant on Slide Road in Lubbock. They also moved back to Muleshoe for a while and also lived in Childress, Vernon, Wichita Falls, and while living in Wichita Falls, operated Leal's Mexican restaurant in Henrietta. In 2014, they moved to Lubbock. In March of 2015, they opened Leal's Tamale Factory, Incorporated, at 6205 19th Street. Survivors of Tony Jaramillo are his wife Alma of the home in Lubbock, 4 sons, Reggie and his wife Amy of Denton, Matt and his fiancée Mandy, and Victor, all of Lubbock. Nicholas, a student at Midwestern University in Wichita Falls, and he also reared a nephew, Tony Jaramillo of Burke Burnett. 10 grandchildren, his mother, Lucy Jaramillo of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe, 12 brothers and sisters, including Jimmy Jaramillo of Muleshoe. His mother-in-law is Irma Leal, and his brothers-in-law who live here are Hector and Sergio Leal, all of Muleshoe. He has a sister-in-law, Laura Leal of Clovis, and 2 other brothers-in-law, Victor of Amarillo, and Abel of Dallas. Please remember all of the family of Tony Jaramillo in your prayers, especially his wife Alma. He was preceded in death by his father, Alfonso Jaramillo, and also a sister. Tony Jaramillo was a man of few words, but when he did speak, it was always powerful, his son Nicholas said. He was a gentleman of character. He chose to do the right thing and was a giving individual, always helping others. Repeating, Tony Jaramillo was 62 years of age and lived in Lubbock, but formerly lived here in Muleshoe when he died suddenly last Friday morning, shortly before 10 o'clock. The rosary will be at 7 on Tuesday night at Ellie's Funeral Home here in Muleshoe, and the funeral mass will be celebrated Wednesday afternoon at 2 in the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe with his brother-in-law, Father Sergio Leal, priest of St. Clement's Anglican Church of Muleshoe, officiating. Burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Lunch for the family will be served after the burial service at the Methodist Fellowship Hall. It's time now for the weather forecast, and it's getting to be fall. According to the temperatures, the high in Muleshoe was on Sunday 73 degrees and the low 46. At 7 o'clock on Monday morning, it was 47 degrees here in Muleshoe. And now, 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, brings you the forecast for Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, Earth, and our entire vicinity, and direct from the U.S. Weather Bureau out of Lubbock. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Secure your life with fast technologies available through 5 Area. Whether you're in Muleshoe or anywhere in the world, security and automation services for your home, farm, or business available now through your hometown company, 5 Area. Plans starting now at $20 per month. Fast Technologies offers live and recordable video surveillance. Control your door locks and garage doors, whether you're in your recliner around the corner or in Dallas. Lighting control and motion detection. Door and window sensors. Receive alerts through text, email, or phone. Plans again starting at $20 per month. Call today, 5 Area, 806-272-5533, or go by their website at 5area.com. They will also be happy to give you an on-site demo, so stop by their offices today, 302 Uvalde Street on the west edge of Muleshoe. A DSL internet connection is required. That's home, farm, and business security and automation services available through Fast Technologies at 5 Area. Call 806-272-5533 for more information. Well, the cold front brought the cooler temperatures and breezy conditions over the weekend, especially on Sunday, but we totally missed out on any rain as that mainly stayed off to the south of us. No rain chances so far in the forecast for this week today, Monday. Mostly sunny, high only around 72 degrees, northeast winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Then Monday night, partly cloudy, low around 45, east-northeast wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming southwest after midnight. Sunny on Tuesday, high only around 73 degrees, west-northwest winds around 5 miles per hour, becoming calm Tuesday afternoon. Mostly clear Tuesday night, low around 48. South winds around 5 miles per hour, becoming west after midnight. Wednesday sunny, a little bit warmer, high around 80 degrees, west-northwest winds around 5 miles per hour, becoming east in the afternoon. Wednesday night, mostly clear, low around 50. Mostly sunny on Thursday, high near 76 degrees. East winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, partly cloudy, low around 52. Friday, mostly sunny, high near 79 degrees. South winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Then Friday night, partly cloudy, low around 55. Repeating our forecast for today on Monday, again, mostly sunny, high near 72 degrees. Northeast winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight, low around 45. East-northeast winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, becoming southwest after midnight. Sunny on Tuesday, high around 73 degrees. West-northwest winds around 5 miles per hour. Very calm Tuesday night, mostly clear, low around 48. 5-area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, presents to you this edition of the weather forecast.
Kenneth Henry of Muleshoe is on the 2016 South Plains Honor Flight for veterans to Washington, D.C. They left on Saturday morning and will return Monday evening late to the Preston Smith Airport in Lubbock. Sam Dameron of Lubbock, former longtime resident of Muleshoe, is also one of the veterans on the trip, and his grandson, Corley Hutton, is accompanying him. Also, Kay Leopard's father, Speedy Lindsay of Brownfield, is on the same tour of the memorials built in the Veterans Honor in Washington, D.C. Kenneth Henry, Sam Dameron, and Speedy Lindsay all are enjoying this wonderful weekend trip to Washington, D.C., along with many other men and women from the South Plains of Texas. The Muleshoe Mules, congratulations to them. They won their game Friday night 31-9 over Idalou. Now, this week is an open date for the Mules, and the next game will be homecoming with Slayton on October the 7th at 7:30. So be sure to get ready for homecoming at Muleshoe High School. The Muleshoe Mules have selected as their homecoming queen candidates Gabby Gonzalez, Reagan Reynolds, Marilyn Melendez, Brittany Mendoza, and Emily Precure. And the student body will elect by secret ballot the homecoming queen for 2016. Among these candidates, Emily Precure, Brittany Mendoza, Reagan Reynolds, Marilyn Melendez, and Gabby Gonzalez. Congratulations, young ladies. Now, last Friday night in our district, here are some results of the scores. River Road beat Sanford Fridge 51-14. Freona won their game over Dalhart 21-14. And as we said, the Muleshoe Mules beat Idalou 31-9. Stratford, however, beat Littlefield 48-7, and Lubbock High School won their game over Shallowater 28-25. Post 49, Slayton 0. Now here are the standings for Muleshoe and our district. River Road is now 2-3. Freona is 3-2, as Muleshoe Mules are also 3-2. Littlefield 2-3, Shallowater 0-4, and Slayton 1-4. That is our district standings as of last Friday night. And of course, you realize that the Muleshoe Mules will be opening at their next game their district season with Slayton. Now, on Tuesday morning at 11:15, everyone is invited to come out to see the presentation of the Bill Ford Tough State Player of the Week Award that will be presented to Muleshoe Mules quarterback Beto Diaz. Now, this was actually the selection from the game of Snyder. The presentation will be held at the practice field at Muleshoe High School on the campus there behind the school. And you are certainly welcome to come, and we encourage everyone to come out and enjoy that presentation. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just one moment. Please stay tuned.
Libby Leal and Angelica Toscano want you to join them at Leal's Mexican Food Restaurant at 1010 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, Texas. Come and eat anything from quesadillas to grilled cheese and the best hamburgers in town, open every day of the week. I especially like the bean and cheese burritos. I have traveled throughout Texas, New Mexico, and Colorado and never eaten at a better Mexican food restaurant than the original Leal's. This is Julia Reynolds, and I know that the original Leal's is the best.
This edition of the Muletrain News is being brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant, along with the First Bank, where you can show your school spirit with the First Bank MasterCard debit card, available now for the Muleshoe Mules. Show your team spirit and earn cash for the Muleshoe schools, the Dimmitt schools, or the Bovina schools every time you swipe your card. Go by today, 202 South 1st Street. Call 806-272-4515. The School Spirit MasterCard debit cards available now from the First Bank. The First Bank is member FDIC. You're invited to the community-wide Bible study, The Story, beginning on Monday, September 26th at 5:30 p.m. at the Bailey County Civic Center meeting room in Muleshoe. These one-hour Bible study meetings will be led by laypersons and are prepared by author Randy Frazee, senior minister of Oak Hills Church in San Antonio, and present the Bible's seemingly disconnected stories in one grand, unfolding epic. Childcare will be provided. All ages are welcome.
Hello, everybody in Muleshoe, Texas. This is Randy Frazee from San Antonio, Texas. I just want to let you know how very proud I am of you. The word has reached my office of the gathering you recently had with 700 to 800 people from the churches in your town to gather under our Lord Jesus Christ and to really celebrate law enforcement and first attenders. And now that is going to the next step, which I think is going to be dynamic, where churches are going to gather together to study the story together. And we know that whenever God's word goes out, it never returns empty or void. It will accomplish its purpose. You know, the story is going to be a great journey for you. First of all, you're going to see that it's not a list of hundreds of ancient, unrelated stories, but God's story is just one grand story of His love for you and I and the extent He went to get us back. As you go through this, you're going to discover just how much God wants to be in a relationship with you. The second thing you're going to discover is that the story's not finished yet. You know what that means? It means that you're a character in the unfolding of this grand love story. So I want you to know that I am rooting for you, not only as you go through the story and unite the body of Christ together, but as you discover your role in the unfolding of this story, that lives will be changed, people will come to God, and God will get all the glory. God bless you guys. I'm rooting for you.
That's a community-wide Bible study, The Story, beginning right here in Muleshoe on Monday, September 26th at 5:30 p.m. at the Bailey County Civic Center meeting room. Childcare will be provided. All ages and everyone in the area is welcome.
Be sure and enjoy the victory of the Muleshoe Mules over the Idalou Wildcats 31-9 on the web and also here on Channel 6. Our website is muleshoetv.com, and you'll see highlights of the game on the web as well as on Channel 6 here in Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, and Earth. The entire game, courtesy of these mule merchants. Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, Barrett Potato Farms, Muleshoe State Bank, K&K Pharmacy, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Hereford Feed Ingredients Incorporated, Muleshoe Independent School District, Shipman Body Shop and Autoplex, Coyote Lake Feed Yards, McDonald's in Muleshoe, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Mohawk Auto Parts, Wilson Drilling, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Precure Electric, Terry Burton Service Center, Ag Aviation Incorporated, and Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, the financial advisor at Edward Jones here in Muleshoe. You will enjoy this game. Our next opponents, as I said earlier, will be Slayton, and a Slayton High School band member, Isaac Dabila, collapsed after last Friday night's football game from a cardiac arrest. Isaac Dabila will be flown the first part of this week for heart surgery to Cook's Children's Hospital in Dallas, according to KCBD. This is a problem he has had since birth. Please remember Slayton High School band member Isaac Dabla and all of his family in your prayers, please. At Muleshoe High School on Friday morning from 7 until 8, in the Muleshoe High School conference room, flu shots will be given. And on Saturday, the Muleshoe High School debate and speech teams will host a tournament at MHS. And the cross-country teams for Mules and Lady Mules will be participating starting Saturday morning at sundown in a cross-country tournament at 9 o'clock. The Bailey County Commissioners Court is meeting in regular session at the Bailey County Courthouse on the first floor in the Commissioners Meeting Room at 11 o'clock on Monday morning. And among the items on the agenda will be a presentation by Karen Jones of Jones Enterprises, reference filter, blaster, and multi-seal. And they will consider authorizing a plat for CP Homes by City of Muleshoe. Consider authorizing sale of surplus property being stored at both the old jail and the Masonic Lodge, and that sale will be behind the old jail, which is on the courthouse square, on October the 20th. They will also consider authorizing to destroy the items that do not sell in that sale, according to Sherry Harrison, Bailey County Judge. That meeting going on Monday. Well, Muleshoe is going to have a new business in the near future. It's located out on U.S. Highway 84 west of Muleshoe. It's called the Desert Rose. It's an event center, and it's owned by Rhonda Myers. Muleshoe Meals on Wheels Incorporated going to have a chili luncheon on Wednesday on the courthouse square from 11 until 1:30, and this is a fundraiser for Muleshoe Meals on Wheels, and everyone is invited to come and eat homemade chili with beans, cornbread, Frito pie, and cobbler. And all money will go to Muleshoe Meals on Wheels, and this is for a donation for this very worthwhile program here in our community. Muleshoe Meals on Wheels, 11 until 1:30 on Wednesday at noon on the courthouse square, and that is a donation for Muleshoe Meals on Wheels. On Sunday, the Calvary Baptist Church will be celebrating their 70th anniversary, beginning at 9:45 on Sunday morning. They will have former pastors, Brother James Williams and Brother Darrell Martin, who will preach. Brother Jeff Kaufman, the pastor of the church, and the members of the Calvary Baptist Church invite you to this special anniversary celebration, their 70th anniversary of the Calvary Baptist Church, starting at 9:45 this Sunday morning. Muleshoe police officer Ricardo Rubalcaba asks that we relay this important information about telephone scams that are going around in the Muleshoe area. The Muleshoe Police Department has received several reports from area citizens in reference to telephone calls that they have received according to this, the IRS demanding money in order to keep you from going to jail. Please, please do not ever give out any information on the telephone to someone who says they are an IRS agent. The IRS will never contact you by telephone. If you get a scam call, please call the Muleshoe Police Department at 806-272-4569 and tell them about the call and when you got it. At the Oneida Wagner Senior Citizen Center this week, they're serving on Monday salmon patties, on Tuesday navy bean and ham soup, sweet potatoes, turnip greens, cherry cobbler, cornbread, and always your choice of drink. Wednesday, crispy chicken breast on a bun, tomato and lettuce with mayonnaise, potato wedges, carrot and raisin salad, and fruit cocktail. Thursday, beef paprikash on Thursday with mashed potatoes, seasoned broccoli, cantaloupe, and honey bran bars. Then on Friday, it's always fish or chicken strips, beans, green peas, tossed vegetable salad with French dressing, whole wheat rolls, and tropical fruit at the Oneida Wagner Senior Citizen Center. On Thursday, they will play bingo after lunch at 1:30, and everyone is invited to stay and enjoy that. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a jiffy.
Brand new in at Tattered Tumbleweed from the Filling Smitten Bath Bakery are the Epsom salt shakes, perfect for your bath to relax, soothe your muscles, and soften your skin. Available in several different scents. Also, cupcake bath bomb fizzes in vanilla, wedding cake, pink bliss, mimosa, and new popsicle bath pops in lemon meringue, cotton candy, mango, among many other scents. The weather is turning cooler, and Tattered Tumbleweed, 1405 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, has a great selection of cinch vests and jackets available in several different sizes and styles. New Huey rodeo wallets and trifold wallets, and Tattered Tumbleweed has expanded their selection of knives, now carrying Texas Cutlery, Moore Maker, Noble, Smith & Wesson, Boker, Buck, Case, Old Timer, and many others. Caps from Huey, Hurley, Rope Smart, and Cinch now in. Trench-style long raincoats and buckle boots are perfect for this rainy season, now available at Tattered Tumbleweed. See the beautiful new selection of dresses and outfits for your little girls from Magpie and Mabel and Persnickety in lots of different sizes and colorful styles. Looking for the perfect gift-giving idea? Try these gorgeous fleece throws that will warm up any cold night. Available now at Tattered Tumbleweed, 1405 West American Boulevard. They're open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. in Muleshoe, Texas. 2 weeks to go home following a hospital stay. Recover close to home with the Swing Bed Program, available now at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. The Swing Bed Program is for Medicare patients discharged from Muleshoe or any other area hospital following an acute illness, injury, or surgery, but still need time and physical therapy to heal and strengthen before going home. Call today for more information about the Swing Bed Program, 806-272-4524. The Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 708 South 1st Street, right here in Muleshoe. Again, call for more information, 806-272-4524.
The Al-Anon Family Group meets every Monday night in the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe at 7 o'clock for a 1-hour meeting. Al-Anon is for family and friends of alcoholics and or drug addicts. The Fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous meets every Tuesday night at 7 in the First United Methodist Church. For both of these meetings, please enter the extreme south door on West Avenue F, and the Al-Anon meeting is in the first door on your right, and the AA meeting is on the second door on your left. Al-Anon meets on Monday nights at 7, and AA meets at 7 on Tuesday nights at the First United Methodist Church. You can call 806-518-8036 for more information about AA. AA is a fellowship for both men and women who share their hope, strength, and experiences to stay sober one day at a time. The Trinity Christian Center Church will have their fall festival on Sunday, October the 30th at 6 o'clock at the church, with food, games, and a lot of family fun for everyone. In our bargain basement, to give away a small black dog, a male Chihuahua mix, a year old. His name is Brody. He loves being outside. Call Evelyn at 806-240-2300. The Muleshoe High School graduating class of 1961 will start their 55th reunion on Friday evening here at our home at 6 o'clock in our backyard at 1011 West 3rd. Then the class of 1966 will have their 50th reunion on homecoming weekend starting on October the 7th. You can contact Diane Brown for more information. Contact 806-946-8628 Diane Brown for the class of 66. For the class of 1961's 55th reunion, contact Margaret Hamilton for more information at the Muleshoe State Bank. Muleshoe High School class of 1986 will have their 30th reunion on October 7th and 8th, homecoming weekend at Muleshoe High School. Heather Merritt Silva is the person to contact about that reunion. Her address is 618 East La Palma, Roswell, New Mexico, 88201, or call her at 575-973-7631. She's on Facebook, or email Heather at hlsilva618@gmail.com. On our prayer list, please continue to remember both Joseph and Janie Carpenter of Muleshoe, who were recently in a wreck near Amherst. And Joseph is in Trust Point undergoing rehabilitation, and Janie has been moved out of surgical ICU at University Medical Center in Lubbock to a private room on the 3rd floor. Please remember Janie and Joseph Carpenter, both recuperating for injuries they received in a recent wreck. Kylie Smith, 11-year-old granddaughter of Marissa Williams Ward of Littlefield, formerly of Sudan, needs to be on our prayer list, please, and all of her family. Kylie Smith was taken to Lubbock on Friday for tests. Please remember Kylie Smith and her family. Ronnie Wilkerson also needs to be in our prayers, and Raymond Trotter and his son has cancer. Ruby and Cleo Ward and their son Cecil Ward all need to be in our prayers. and Jerry Savuto and her husband Bill, as they live in McKinney, and Jerry has very, very severe cancer. Also remember Maureen and Robert Hooton, Patricia Smith and her husband David, and Patricia has stage 4 cancer. Barbara Scott. Remember Mike Friend, and his mother is Greta Donaldson of Muleshoe. Please remember Mike Friend. Mike is in hospice. Jean Richardson, who is recuperating from knee surgery, and Lavinia and Lloyd Garlington, Doris and Raymond Scott, the families of Francis Miramontes, Frank Parker, Barbara Carpenter of Littlefield, formerly of Stegall, Nelda Merritt, Nelda Laney, Blaine Hurtado, Daniela Anaya, and Maria de la Luz Jaso.
Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program rotating on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well. Find it on our website, muleshoetv.com. It's free of charge, on demand, anytime you want to listen to it. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page. Again, that's muleshoetv.com.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. We'll hear about the legacy in Lubbock in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
And The Sounds of Texas is brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They're celebrating 77 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric. Check them out online, bcecoop.com, 806-272-4504. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope that you enjoy The Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
The Legacy is a place in Lubbock where theater and concert performances, weddings, conferences, and other types of events take place.
We were originally the First Presbyterian Church. In 2008, the congregation was dwindling downtown, and so Presbyterians put it up for sale and decided to move south of town. So it was vacant for a little bit and put on the market. And at the same time, the YWCA of Lubbock was looking for a child care facility. So things kind of came together.
Emily Sharp, a former English teacher, has been director of the center since 2012. She says a benefactor donated $1 million to buy the church building.
Since then, it's been a child care on one side and an event center on the other. We continue to have a couple of church services on Sunday, very different in nature. One is a downtown Bible class that has been here for years, and they meet in the sanctuary. And then a new congregation called Grace Fellowship meets in the ballroom.
The sanctuary is in perfect shape and resembles a church in Europe.
The sanctuary, it has one of the most beautiful organs in the city.
You play that organ, right?
Well, I try. We were very, very fortunate to have some wonderful musicians who lived just down the alley from us. I took piano. Then later in the summer, when I was older, I took organ for one summer and just absolutely loved it. I'm not a professional by any means, but it's wonderful. This has such a wonderful sound, and it's great to go in after everybody's left for me, and I could really blow it out.
Emily Sharp of the Legacy in Lubbock. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with The Sound of Texas.